You already know what time it is. It's your boy DJ RichieSkye back with some tea, interviews, recaps, and more. And be sure to check the links in the description of this video for trips, for books, one-on-one sessions, and more. Now let's get into the tea. Y'all, Potomac is back in the building. Sky Squad, we are also in the building, and we're going to be reacting to the trailer. Y'all, I didn't even know that the trailer was popping up today, and I was sitting in the gym in the hot tub like, what a go on? What a go on? But here we are. I am so glad because I told y'all the streets have been dry, okay? Just dry as the Saharas, man. So I want to go ahead and get into this trailer real quick. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do so. Hit that notification bell button. Also, in order for this to be a proper reaction, we do have to have some dialogue between the scenes. So if you're wondering why I'm commenting or providing commentary, that is why. I know people that are new here usually don't understand that. But those of you guys who have been here for the duration, you understand how we do what we do and we make it do what it do and we do what it does. Okay. So let's get into this trailer right now. And we're going to, like I said, provide the commentary, but we're also going to have some commentary afterwards as we go through the cast photos. So stick around to the end because you don't want to miss a single thing. Okay.
Dear Karen.
First things first, I can't even let us get into it good. I love that we get this tea about Karen being released next week on the 2nd. And boom, this trailer starts off with Gizelle writing a letter to Karen. That just lets us know that Karen is still part of the Housewives multiverse. And I love that they started this thing off with Gizelle writing a letter to Karen.
Not a day goes by that I don't think about you.
Now, see, they shady for these bars right here, okay?
In a lot of ways, life has been moving on.
Onward! I stand before you after 3 arduous years of my divorce.
Finally, it has happened to me.
I'm committed to you, and I'm committed to our family.
Now, hold on now, Stacy. You committed to this man right here? Ain't that your supposedly ex-husband that you was going through a divorce with, but y'all are maybe not divorced, and how are you committed to him again all over a sudden?
This bitch ain't even divorced?
I know she ain't bring TJ around just to get back with her man. Oh, my God.
You know Gizelle and Wendy gonna get down to the bottom of it, okay? You got Laverne and Shirley. They're gonna find out.
To new friends.
Welcome,
I love a new face.
Angel. We've known each other since
Okay. Come on, Angel.
we were 18.
Since we were young, high. Y'all drive roughing me into this group. No lose. I have a friend. Her name is Tia.
I was just knackered. Really knackered.
Knackered. Is she British?
Naked?
Knackered?
Nat, what's that mean?
If you send him a coochie pic, will he recognize it? I don't even know what language they're speaking.
I love it. Anytime we get somebody with an accent like that, y'all, it just adds a level of sophistication. I don't know what it is, but something about a British accent, it just does something to me. You know what I'm saying?
Some things haven't
And I love that Gizelle is narrating throughout this entire thing.
changed at all.
I just want $5. You are weird. You are weird.
Why is Stacy always doing some like weird dance?
I am Captain Save the Hose.
This is very White Lotus.
I'm trying to figure out where they are right now in this clip. Is it Mexico or is it someplace else? The music is given something. I don't know what it is. I'll ask around.
Oh, I see fuzz.
Hand this to Stacy when she get here.
What is it?
Man,
Sometimes your breath can be a little on the hot side.
wow.
I can't believe they would go there. I mean, Oh, justice for Stacy and whatever's going on there.
In New York, I lied.
Girl, we know.
What is your issue with me?
You lied for a year, Stacy. Stacy's trying to start a cannabis line to be in competition with Happy Eddie.
Are we still talking about your situation? Everyone knows that you have a boyfriend.
I've always told y'all that Gizelle got a man at home. Giselle's got a man at home. I've always told y'all that. I feel like Gizelle keeps her private life private off the cameras. Period. Dot. She probably swinging from the chandeliers up in that house. And y'all will never know. Why? Because she not putting her business on TV no more.
Straight up her alley.
Well, maybe.
Is he chocolate?
Giselle.
No, is he vanilla is more like it. Mr. Chocolate, move out of the way. We're talking about Mr. Vanilla. Baby, I don't know what Kyle Richards is going to do with this because they are positioning this as though he might be Giselle's new fling-a-ring-a-ring. You know what I'm saying? Like she's swinging from the chandeliers. Well, Mauricio, that's the way they're trying to play it. Now, you know, I wonder what Kyle going to say about that, especially because all of them going to be at the BravoCon together too. Woo!
How are you?
Good to see you.
Personally, I just don't think your relationship is good for you.
That looked like Kiana's mom right there having a conversation with her.
Hey, listen, I know you're going through a lot with Greg.
Ooh, jazzy.
I have now realized that he doesn't love me.
Now, when she's saying he doesn't love me, I don't think she's talking about Eddie. I just can't see it because I didn't watch them on her Instagram. They celebrated her anniversary. So I think she maybe is talking about maybe another family member or something. I don't really know. What y'all think?
Wendy, I'm so sorry.
There's a constant desire to have an issue with me.
Get out of here with your size 11 shoes.
Wait, you want to talk
Gallop
about
away.
what?
She told me you got chin check.
Don't let this accent fool you.
Told y'all. Them accents, baby.
I'm not mother.
You don't even like her. You don't like her. You don't like her.
Who do y'all think they're talking about? And is this the reason why Kiana unfollowed Wendy? I feel like they might be talking about Gizelle.
Character is flawed, and I never trust you around my husband.
You don't have one.
Stacy's been trying to get with Chris Samuels.
Say what?
You were trying to date Chris Samuel?
Stacy, what are you doing? From TJ to your ex and now Chris Samuels? Girl, what to go on?
Yeah, my ex-husband. Like, no,
Nope.
we're not doing that.
Last time I saw you, you had a binder. You gonna say hello?
I need some help with these hoes. Love you.
I love it. This is cinema.
Giselle.
Catch the new season of The Real House.
This is skin-tematic, okay? This was juicy. It was just enough chaos to have me guessing like what's going on, but still be like mostly entertaining. I feel like this was a really, really good trailer. I just hope that the season now delivers. Okay. It seems as though Stacy might be taking on the Mio role in this season. What y'all think? I mean, what do you like? What? How do you feel about her? Okay, how do you feel? That's so interesting. And everybody seems like they got something going on. And I love. Let's get into the cast photo, okay? Let's get into the cast photo of it all. All right, I'm pulling this image up from reality entertainment TV. And we're going to kind of juxtapose the cast photos alongside what BravoTV.com has listed for each of the cast members. So if you don't recognize some of the new faces, we're going to introduce you to them in the way that Bravo has chosen to introduce them. Okay. So with that being said, let's take a look at this cast photo. I love it. I mean, it's pretty stunning. I mean, we're sticking with the green theme. So of course I went for a nice little green today as well. Not as green as their green, but y'all get the point. All right. Y'all know I love theme. I love a theme around here. All right, we got Gizelle taking center stage, which is no surprise, especially with Karen out of the picture. I can almost guarantee that if Karen were in the picture, she would be in the middle of the bunch alongside Gizelle. We also have Ashley and Wendy taking the two sides beside Gizelle because they are the most seasoned of the bunch in terms of their tenure on the show. Then, of course, you have Kiana and Stacy flanking the two of them, as well as Tia and Angel taking the end spots. I think that this is perfect. Everybody's standing up. It gives an epic vibe. I love it. I would just, as a note, BravoTV.com and Bravo and NBC and all the people, go back to the original theme music. Do not bring back that music from last season, which was utterly abysmal in terms of the intro music for the show. I want the original, like that little jangling tune, that little go-go tune. Give me that back. Do not give me whatever that was from last season that was watered down. I don't want it. Okay. I don't not want it. Let's go through the ladies and what we have going on for each of these ladies as they are entering the villa. Okay. I'm just kidding. Not the villa, but you know what I'm talking about. All right. So listen, here's what's going on with Gizelle. It says, fresh off her stay in Bravo's Love Hotel, Gizelle Bryant is embracing the single life with a few new prospects in the mix. Might one of those be Mauricio? Somehow I really doubt it, but I think that they just played it up just because it's kind of like, it kind of gave the trailer another wow factor. As one of the ranking original housewives, Gizelle is stepping up and bringing the ladies together, but never failing to keep them in check. So that was really, really well done in terms of how they framed Gizelle in the trailer, because she was the person who was narrating it with the letter to Karen. So I'm not mad at that at all. It makes the most sense. You know, she is technically the face of the franchise in most instances with regards to how the network tends to put her out front. I'm not mad at it. I think that this is great. I told you guys, I feel like Gizelle on her own, she kind of still has the Ashley as a sidekick to kind of replace the Robin of it all, but I still think that Gizelle on her own is much more entertaining than Gizelle paired down with Robin, because they just kind of came across as more or less one person, right? One brain, one movement, one sound. And I think that she's more interesting by herself. Similarly, I thought Robin was more interesting on Traders. But Robin, what I learned about her from me is that Robin is so laid back that it doesn't necessarily always make for the best housewifery, but you can't necessarily have a cast filled with Karens or Gizelle's. So sometimes you need that balance. So a case could be argued for Robin on the show, but I think for right now, we're in this new phase and we need to stay with it. All right, so for Ashley, it says, after 3 long years, Ashley Darby is finally divorced. Now she's balancing her role as a devoted mom with the tumultuous nature of the dating pool. Ashley's always down for a good time, but now has to ask herself tough questions as she looks towards her family's future. Okay. I mean, it doesn't really give you that much, but just enough to keep you mildly interested, I would say. Let's get on into Dr. Wendy and what's going on with her for this season. They say Wendy Acefo is back with big changes in both her personal and professional lives. While still dedicating time and effort towards the growth of her husband's cannabis line, she's also attempting to reconnect with a figure from her past with shocking results. That is who I think she was referring to when she said that the person did not love her. That's who I think it is. and we'll find out who that person is, I'm assuming, as the season progresses. Okay, next up, we're going to go with Stacy. Okay. After a memorable debut reunion, Stacy returns with a fresh take on love, friendship, and her next chapter. When that chapter includes a reconciliation with her ex-husband, however, whispers about her past choices and present connections raise eyebrows and voices amongst the ladies. I'm assuming that would be referring to both TJ and Chris Samuels, I would suspect. But again, we'll have to wait and see how that plays out. It seems like there's quite a bit of distrust with Stacy and the rest of the ladies. So I'm interested to see how she's going to fare by the end of the season, because what I did hear also at the Kempire show was that she was kind of on an island by herself. All right. All right. So let's now go on to Kiarna. It says Kiarna is setting her bar higher, even if it means shaking up the status quo. She needs her boyfriend, Greg, to prove that there's a future in their relationship and questions the authenticity of certain members in the group. My estimation is that Kiarna is going to be having some issues, as we saw with both Stacy and with Dr. Wendy, all right, in terms of authenticity. So I'm wondering what that's going to mean for her as we move forward in this new season. Okay, now let's get into the new ladies. We have Angel Massey. Now, again, even living here in the DC area, I don't know a lot about these two new ladies. I'm really not the type of person that like goes out or a lot or is on the scene or anything like that. So I really don't have much of a clue who they are. And that's what I really like about Potomac in general is that, and I would say Salt Lake City, you know, with these two cities, I think they kind of really go back to what Housewives is all about. We don't know many of these ladies, and we're offered an opportunity to really discover new personalities, quirky personalities, and people that we have no conceptualization of who they could be. And so when they come on the screen, the expectation is kind of like we don't really have much of an expectation. And that's the fun of it, because now we get to see new quirky characters that are brought into the mix, and we can discover them for at least the next few seasons. This is what I think Housewives should continuously be doing, is bringing in new people that we don't necessarily know so that we can get to discover them. So let's get into the angel of it all and find out what the streets are saying, the Bravo streets. They say she's no stranger to the DMV. Angel Massey is back and ready to reestablish herself in the P. She and former pro athlete husband are co-founders of a high-end outdoors outfitter, and she's focused on expanding her brand and reconnecting with old friends, which might not be as simple as she thought. So I wonder who she knows in the group and who is going to be bringing her into the fold. That should be interesting to sort of see how she navigates that. We do know that Gizelle is introducing Tia Glover, and wow, I mean, like looking at her here, I'm like, dang, okay. Both of the women are like gorgeous, so this is going to be interesting. It says Tia Glover is an upper crust British Nigerian expat and comes to Potomac with a full house and a worldly perspective on family. As she navigates new friendships, Tia must decide whether to keep things classy or use her signature wit and speak her mind when the moment calls for it. Boom. Okay. And then, of course, we also have returning to the mix, Monique Samuels. I'm not sure why they're using the recycled photo when they could have just at any point in time taken her to the side and put her in a green dress and actually done a proper photo. But we also know that we can't have everything when it comes to Bravo and these shows. So while we might get a dynamic trailer, we might not always get the cast photos that would simply be pretty easy in this day and age, especially in the age of AI, to recreate or to do in some other way, shape, or form. Like that would have been simple. Instead, what we got was a recreation of her season 5 look. Why? I mean, gorgeous, but why? And of course, we have our returning friend to the show, Jazzy, looking also spectacular right here. And we did see quite a bit of her in the trailer, as much as we saw I think of Monique with the end of the trailer. I thought it was pretty good. I'm hoping, and I cannot believe that they would not get Karen Huger, the Grand Dame, coming at the end of the season as she makes her grand return from the system. Okay, so let's talk about this date for Potomac, and I want to give you some tea on what the episode is going to entail, right? So what we're looking at is the Housewives of Potomac returning for season 10 with a supersized premiere on Sunday, October the 5th at 8 p.m. So that means that it will likely go until 9:15. Episodes will be available to stream on Peacock the very next day. Now, this is great for me in terms of my schedule because I have to go to Zanzibar for about 10 days, and I will be back on, I think, October the 30th October the 1st or the 2nd. I can't remember which one. But we'll be able to review this show. I'm super excited. Next, I'm looking for Married to Medicine in Beverly Hills. They should be coming around the corners in probably November and then December. This is going to be a super lit fall, and I cannot wait. Okay. What did you think of the trailer? What do you think of the new ladies? What do you think about Monique's return? What do you think about Jazzy's return? I'm here for it all. I am here for it all. Okay. So those are my thoughts on the season 10 trailer. Make sure you guys comment your thoughts below. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already done so, because we're going to keep it coming. Okay. Lots coming. I have a brand new podcast coming out very, very soon, which I'll tell you guys more about. And of course, we're doing all things travel, as you guys can see. We still have our trip to Cape Town coming up. You can still register for that. So if you have been interested in going to Cape Town, definitely the description down below will give you all the details that you need. With that being said, I will catch you all in the next video.